The biggest problem in business, especially in the high-end business, for everybody on the planet, is they're all scoundrels. They were born in, this is the modern day business. And this was going on in the old days with old money or people who own sweatshops. You could call them sweatshops. My grandmother worked at a sewing factory in New York. Just to let everybody know. Runs in the family, by the way. So women in business were given bullshit lines by Hillary Clinton to tell them they were business professionals and not housewives. And so they thought it was cool to get on an influencer platform, show off their fit check, show off their nasty ass apartments that their husbands paid for. And then their men push their careers into our fucking faces and tell us that we're unworthy for even existing. However, we're the customer, while they then pretend to be friendly, while they create a Ponzi scheme of sickness, while no one speaks up against it. While you all proclaim you don't want businesses. You want a fit check is what you fucking want. Because if you wanted a real business, these bitches' businesses would not fucking exist. If you wanted a real fucking business in your fucking life, these businesses would not fucking exist. Because your priority has been and is always will be money. That's what the female entrepreneur is up to while they compete with each other on how hot they look or who their man is or your attention on their big fat asses. So there's not competition in the way these bitches build competition. No, that's called sabotage. So the same people who say there's plenty of fish in the sea, there's plenty of money out there, are the ones closing down other people's businesses down. You can live in delusion all you want. You're a fucking slob. You're a fucking trash heap. And it's unbelievable the way that you all fucking think out of LA. You all make everyone on this planet fucking sick to our stomachs, and all you've done is spread this disease like nasty filth and then run around with these people and act as if you're better than everybody else while you pretend to be people's friends. Like, I'll invite you to the Mean Girls Club if you do this, and this. That is called racketeering. That is called a Ponzi scheme, because you don't deliver anything of substance to these people. You literally take your podcast to get people to forgive before you get exposed for what you've done. Understand how that's manipulation. Understand how that's unethical. Understand that's still not taking responsibility. Why are you speaking about forgiveness? What in your world is there a need for your life to be speaking about forgiveness? There ain't no forgiveness for that bitch. You do understand that there's things in life that there is no forgiveness for, right? Like those people who flew airplanes into the buildings of 9/11, the Kardashians have done to society as a whole, there is no forgiveness for that. Same thing with Paris Hilton. There will never be any level of forgiveness for what she has done to London and to Phoenix. Do you understand that all that shit that she does with the camera is all staged shit? It's like watching a mother and a kid from a television show. You know, like The Simple Life. I'm not real sure how anyone who has a logical brain on their shoulders can't look at that shit and go, oh my God, she has no love for him at all. It's all a fucking show. See, the good thing about having Paris Hilton around is she's a really, really bad actress. She's not very good at the game. She just has a lot of money and a lot of baby voice talk. That's hot. You are still talking like you were when you were 20 years old. Then you're going to try to pretend to be an entrepreneur and a professional. Then you're going to go to the courthouse of our capital, and then you're going to fly Phoenix out there, and then you're going to talk out your fucking ass when you're the fucking villain. And then the government, because you're so fucking corrupt, and you're Joe Biden's government, you're going to look at her tits and her clit, and you're going to stroke that shit because you're going to get something off of that shit. And that's our American government helping Kim Kardashian, helping that bitch Mona Van A terrorists in this country. That's how we're getting sold out so that communism can exist in our world, while all of these motherfuckers are like leeches. Not only are they energy stealing, they're now trying to keep us from getting energy in the physical sense from Canada when you're the fucking problem of the entire globe, you stupid fucking bitch. So Canada stood on a fucking platform while they robbed Americans of American culture, which is the energy of which people are trying to get in this country for, while they opened up the border for migrant pieces of shit to try to distort reality into a new form of culture, while they all yelled out DEI and woke shit to cause mind fucking, mind manipulation, and national concern. While white Americans and black Americans yelled out BLM. So that means you're traitors to this country and you belong back in your own country, which would be Africa. See, entitlement is all up in your goddamn faces. You think me saying that is a racial slur? No, that ain't no racial slur. That's called communism. It's called facts. Facts are video form, photographs, timing, past to present, all scientific facts. You are still living in the 1700s, but you weren't even born in the 1700s. And your family didn't even come here until 1990. But they're all African American, they say. Kamala Harris is Indian in Jamaica, so she's still African American. And she's one generation into being in this country. And somehow, your dumb ass pieces of shit, somebody voted her ass in California. While she yelled out joy and happiness. That ain't joy and happiness, and it sure as fuck ain't an American's joy and happiness. But it is for your weak ass little children who literally live off of weakness. Literally watching your children. Don't be mean to me. Don't be mean to me. But I'll be mean to you. I'll be mean to you, but I'll make you weak. And then I'll act like a victim, and then I'll tell you forgiveness. And then you'll just agree to forgiveness. And then everybody will move along as if nothing fucking happened. However, I'm being racketeered against. The lies out your fucking mouths of being what? Entrepreneurs? You're not entrepreneurs. You're fucking lazy as shit. You have no creative power. You have nothing to talk about. Your shit makes people sick to their stomach, and they wonder why little children are in hospitals with Taylor Swift music playing in the background while the nurses scream at the top of their lungs, "I'm never growing up. I'm only going to be 22." So Taylor Swift, after a long tour of psychosis amongst millions of people, we've been abused by that shit in a concentration camp. Who everybody, by the way, cannot stand your ass. She thinks she had some power or some shit. Yeah, power to be like everybody else to be aware of how sick and disgusting your generation is because of what you produce as music. Surprise, you dumb bitches. She tried to hypnotize you into submission by singing nursery rhymes. See, then after she abuses all of you because she wants a tail end publicity stunt, she goes to abuse young children who are sick with cancer, and then you all act as if she's a hero. Do you understand what that means to be a responsible adult or somebody who only wants to be 22 forever? To show up with that physical body pain of being in front of millions of people and then going to a hospital where you want to hand that pain over to children so that you can run off into the sunset while your boyfriend cries his bitch ass eyes out. And then you all praise her while she offs children regularly like Ronan. She offed your child Ronan and you're still praising her, aren't you? She wrote a song about that little boy. You might want to consider that she had something to do with that. The early end of his life, because she's awkward, she's weird, and she is a thief. And you all fucking know it. And that's some selfish motherfucking shit. And then you all gonna put her on a fucking podcast? What a bunch of fucking dumbasses.